Hey everyone, and welcome to ELA. We are in Module 1, Lesson 22, and this is Part 1. Part 1 is today, and then we'll have Part 2 tomorrow. And what I wanted to show you is what we're going to be going over today in Lesson 22. So Module 1, Lesson 22 talks about the parts of a book. And in this, we have a few things that we're going to be looking at today, starting with the table of contents. Our goal is to collect and sort some evidence from the table of contents in our book. So when you have a book, and in this case, a chapter book, the chapter book has some chapters. And these chapters are all listed, and each one has a title. So each chapter having a title is going to then give you an idea of what that chapter is going to be about. So if we look back, we say, okay, page 4, chapter 1 starts with shark attack. And we remember going back, that talks about a shark attack on Rodney Fox. So Rodney Fox was attacked by a shark in that chapter, Shark Attack. So as you get to know the idea of a table of contents, you start to realize that the table of contents tells you the contents of the book. So the contents of this book is all about sharks, obviously, but then you could say, okay, the contents of that first chapter is about a shark attack. The contents of the second chapter is a great white shark adventure. The contents of chapter 3 is shark attacks, the facts. So you can start to see how the table of contents tells you what each chapter has in it, the contents of that chapter. So the table of contents tells you all the things that are in the book and where to find them. So use the table of contents here in Shark Attack to answer the questions below. Here's the digital read aloud just in case. So if you wanted to be able to open the book and not just look at this picture of the table of contents, you could use the digital read aloud. So list the chapters that would answer this question. How and why do sharks attack people? Give at least one chapter. So in this case, we are considering that we have a chapter in this book that will tell us how and why sharks attack people. So with that, we are going to be looking for which one of these chapters is going to tell you about how and why sharks attack people. What do you think? If you were thinking about Rodney Fox, you'd be correct. Chapter 1, Shark Attack, tells us about why the shark attacked Rodney Fox. Another one that you might be able to find would be Shark Attacks, the Facts. And the reason that we would do that is because it tells us the facts about shark attacks, how and why. So we have some examples of how and why in Shark Attack with Rodney Fox, and then we have some facts from the author about shark attacks in Shark Attacks, the Facts. So there's 2 chapters that we would find information. List the chapter or chapters that would describe equipment that protects divers and swimmers. Give at least one chapter. So we remember back to when we were reading, we had one that was talking about sharks and safety. Sharks and safety, if you recall, talked about how to safely be in the water with sharks, such as using nets or cages to help keep us safe. And it talked about building the shark cages. Now you might say sharks up close, maybe they talk about it there, but it's not so sure. Why we need sharks, I don't think that's going to be it. Tagging sharks, sharks under attack, the myth of the shark prince, I'm not so sure. Amazing facts, you might find something there. And then obviously the index you could go into and you'd find some stuff. But that's not a chapter, that's more of a tool. So now we go down, list the chapters that would discuss benefits of studying sharks. Benefits mean like good things that come from sharks. So, what would be good things that we would get from studying sharks? Any thoughts? Well, yesterday we talked about why we need sharks, page 36. Why we need sharks. That was a chapter that discussed specifically why we need sharks, why humans need sharks. So, the benefits of having sharks. I would say that you could probably find some information about it in Amazing Facts as well. So, I want to put Amazing Facts. Wow, Amazon. So, the idea here is that you're just like taking a guess at which chapter would have information about what they're saying and based on the title. So here we had Amazing Facts and Why We Need Sharks. So that's the table of contents, and you guys were able to find some contents of the book that had to do with a specific question. So you'd be able to find information within the book based on the table of contents. Next, we're going to collect and sort evidence in the index. The index in Shark Attack we're going to use to answer some of the questions below. The index is a starting place. The index may have the term shark attack, but not attack. So it's trial and error. What they mean by this is when you go into a book and you go to the index of the book, the index is giving you a place to look for specific words that then will tell you what page to find that word on. So when I go to the index page, I can actually look for terms or words that are going to help me find that topic in the book. So I'm going to look at this and say, okay, I want to see shark attack. So if I look here, it's really small for you guys. I'm going to try and resize this a little bit just to make it easier for you to see. Let me see if I can do such a thing. Whoa, that just made it smaller. Hopefully that doesn't mess it up too much. Okay, so I kind of made it bigger for us because it was kind of tiny. So if I look for shark attacks, I could see right here shark attacks can be found on page 4, pages 16 to 25, avoiding shark attacks on page 29, facts about shark attacks on pages 16 to 25. So there you go. You can find information and find out where you should look in the book by looking for specific words. So hammerhead shark, you could find hammerheads on page 26, 44, and 47. So if you were doing research about something, let's say hammerheads, you would know which pages to find information about the hammerhead shark. And that's all through using the index, which can usually be found in the very back of the book. So list the terms in the index that would give information about how and why sharks attack people. So which words do you think you would have to look for to see about shark attacking people? Well, if you're thinking this, shark attacks, then let's take a look. Shark attacks. So we're going to write the exact thing that we see. Shark attacks. Shark attacks. How and why people are attacked by sharks. Shark attacks. Moving on. List the terms in the index that would give information about equipment that protects divers and swimmers. So we have to give at least one term here. Look in this index. Read through these terms. Do you see anything that would be about divers and swimmers having protection? Well, when we think back to our reading, the chain mail dive suit was one that was a protective suit that the divers would wear to keep themselves safe. Chain, mail, dive suit. That's a piece of equipment that divers use to keep them safe. Another one that we saw, bang sticks. Remember, the bang sticks was a stick that when you poke at it, it shoots an explosive device, and it hurts the shark, and sometimes will even just scare it away. So a bang stick. Another one that you might find in here, we can look at shark cages. So here's shark cage. A shark cage can be found in this book. So shark cage is a term found in the index. And another one that we could find would be, I'm looking to see if I see anything else. Do you see any other equipment that we would use to protect ourselves? I don't see any more by just staring at it over and over again, but maybe you came up with something. Did you come up with something? Oh, I see one. Electrical beach barriers. Electrical beach barriers. So that would protect swimmers. Electrical beach barriers. So that's definitely one. Let's move on. List the terms in the index that would give information about benefits of studying sharks. So benefits of studying sharks, let's look to see if there's information about benefits of studying sharks. So I'm going through and I'm looking at different things, and I want to see, okay, I see one here. Remember yesterday we talked about artificial skin for burn victims. So artificial skin, that's one item that is a benefit of studying sharks. You see any more things? Well, I see one here in H, health and vitamin A pills. So health and vitamin A pills. So that might be something that you could find as a benefit from studying sharks. If you see any more things that you'd like to list, feel free to add more. Here's one, liver oil. Ugh, sounds gross, but maybe that's something that they studied that is beneficial. Liver oil. Do you see anything else that you would want to add to it? I'm not seeing any more. Well, that's all we had to do today was explore the table of contents and the index of this book. So once you have that finished and you've typed your answers, you are done with this part of the lesson. Congratulations. Make sure you get your spelling and your grammar done for the day. Talk to you later. Palm it.